Hey guys, it's Phaedra from All Things Phaedra, and I'm going to talk today all about cars. Cars plural. Not just one, not just two, or three, or seven. Actually, I don't know how many cars we have here. I'm at the Heels and Wheels event. It is an event just for women in automotive. It occurs every 2 years, and I'm at the lovely location of Santa Monica, California. We're at the Fairmont Miramar Hotel, and we are getting ready to kick off a day of driving. So I want to introduce you to my drive partner who's trying to make me laugh. Come on! This is Amelia, better known as Motorhead Mama.
And I love Phaedra.
We've known each other for many, many years, and we connected through our love of cars. And I let her pick our first vehicle for today. What are we driving first?
So we are going to drive the VW Jetta GLI Autobahn edition because it's supposed to be fun.
Let's go check it out. Woo-hoo. Okay guys, first stop Oceanside. As I mentioned, this is the 2019 VW Jetta GLI. And in a word, or three words actually, it's fast, it's zippy. It has a 2.0 liter turbocharged direct injection 4-cylinder. Basically, it's the same engine that you'd find in the Golf GTI. I'm just going to give you a quick walk around. This is the GLI, so it's the performance version of the Jetta. And it's also the Autobahn, which is the premium package. So you're going to see cool things like leather interior, sunroof, some really awesome 18-inch aluminum alloy wheels. You're going to find a different grille inside, and you're going to find a digital cockpit. Let's take a quick look. Okay guys, car number two. This is the 2019 Civic Touring Coupe CVT. CVT meaning the continuously variable transmission, right? That's what we're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah. You guys don't have to hide from my
I'm scared.
Yeah, I didn't know what the...
Hi, we're here too. I just talk, and whoever's in the video is in my video. You can sign your waivers later. So this is a 4-cylinder turbocharged engine. I'm disappointed it's not the Type R, but I'm really excited because it is this cool tonic yellow pearl. I've been told that it is not toxic yellow. It's tonic yellow. And it is a car that will get you noticed when you're driving. And now we're going to drive. Okay guys, time for the quick walk around. This is the tonic yellow pearl I told you about. And this car is surprisingly affordable. Starts at $20,000. And this one, as modified, MSRP, $26,850. Here's something you might not know about the Honda Civic. Number one, it was my very first car. And number two, they have sold 11 million of them since the 1970s. All right, I know it's kind of silly, but you guys know I'm obsessed with consoles and compartments. And look at this. You've got your drink holders here. You've got a little console back here, but look at this. Maybe I don't want to have all these cup holders in here. And we go deep, way deep. So that gets a thumbs up from me. Okay, fun little feature that took me by surprise. So I have navigation here, and if I'm turning left, I'm clearly gonna look out the window and see what's happening. But if I'm turning right, my passenger might get in the way. So I turn on the turn signal, and this is called, what do we call it, lane watch?
Lane watch.
Lane watch, and it shows you exactly what's happening on the right side of the vehicle. I love it. And now for something completely different. This is not the latest and greatest, but if you remember when I showed you that crash test video last week, this probably wouldn't have passed muster. But you don't drive this car for safety. You drive it because it's super cool. This is a 1966 Ford Mustang, and the reason this is part of the Heels and Wheels event is because Hagerty is one of the sponsors. And Hagerty has this great program called Drive Share. It's kind of like Airbnb except for houses. It's classic cars. And this is one of the ones out here in Southern California that you can rent for the day. And just in case you're not just young at heart, but you're actually young, let me show you what cars used to look like. No headrest, no consoles, no cup holders, just you and your passenger and room in the back for your stuff, and you're ready to go. So we decided to come up into the hills for this next drive, and you guys already know how I feel about my Mazdas. This is the brand new Mazda 3. It's been totally redesigned from the inside out. I had a lot of fun driving it on these back roads, but I'm going to reserve judgment because I'm going to try and get behind the wheel of this one for a week this summer. Have you ever dreamed of having a Cadillac for under $40,000? You can do it with the Cadillac XT4. This is a cute, can I say cute for Cadillac? It's a cute little SUV. I was just sitting in the back, I haven't driven it yet. Sitting in the back, very spacious, and it's got a really elegant design up front, but I'm kind of excited about this Cadillac. I showed it to you at the car shows, and I'm glad to see it and drive it in person. So behind me is one of my dream cars, top on my list, the Jaguar F-Pace. I love this vehicle. It's like a sports car in an SUV body, but this particular one is the SVR. It's basically the performance package for Jaguar. And for someone like me, it might be a little bit wasted. I don't have a need for speed, and this thing has some speed. It has some serious horsepower, 550 horsepower on this, and I haven't put it to the driving test yet, but let me show you what happens when Amelia gets behind the wheel. It might have scared me a little bit.
Okay, so. Jeez. Oh yeah, that felt good. Did I scare you, Phaedra? I didn't mean to scare you.
Me scared.
Actually, I kind of did mean to scare you. Sorry.
It worked. Did you see how scared I got? Yeah, you guys. But this thing has some serious power, but sometimes the fun is in the details. And this is a really cool detail that Jaguar is starting to offer on a lot of their vehicles, especially their SUVs. Looks like a Fitbit, but you know what it is? It's a key. Well, it's not really a key, it's an opener for the car. So if you're going somewhere, if you're going swimming, you're going surfing, like you might in California, you can leave your key in the car and you can use this wristband as a way to unlock the vehicle when you come back. So you stick it on your wrist, it's waterproof, and you're good to go. So here's another quick SUV. This is the Dodge Durango, and it's not just the Durango, it's the SRT. Performance, that's what this is all about. And this one in particular can go from 0 to 60, I'm going to consult my notes here, 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. It's got 475 horsepower, complements of a V8 Hemi engine. The other thing that's pretty impressive about this is it has best-in-class towing capability of 8,700 pounds for a 3-row full-size SUV. It's also the most powerful and the quickest 3-row SUV. So, you need a family vehicle that goes pretty fast. This is one you might want to take a look at. More cars to check out today, and I'm actually flying solo because I have so many that I need to fit in such a short period of time. And this is one that I wanted to get in. This is the Hyundai Kona. And you know what the great thing is about California? Is that you can go down just a normal residential street and it's going to be picture perfect. But let's look at the Kona real quick. So what has me so interested in the Hyundai Kona is that it was named the 2019 North American Utility Vehicle of the year. That's a big truck that just went by. What you're looking at is not the Kona EV, which is what we were going to drive. I've heard great things about it, very zippy. Instead, this is just the Hyundai Kona in Sunset Orange. I did get behind the wheel. I don't have the specific stats on this one because it's not an EV, but it is a turbo, as you can tell, 1.6 liter turbo engine. And it has surprisingly good kick, especially when you put it in sport mode. Well, I gotta be honest, guys, this was one I was not going out of my way to drive. This is the Mitsubishi Outlander PHEV, short for plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. And I can't say that I totally love Mitsubishi, but this one came recommended and I was told that it would surprise me. And I'm kind of pleasantly surprised. It rides really well. And the one great thing about Mitsubishi Outlander is you get a good sized vehicle for a great price. So this one actually, as we're looking right now, is $35,795. It's not too often that you can get a large SUV for a price like that. And One thing I wanted to mention is with that price, $35,795, that is without any tax incentive. So there's generally a $7,500 federal tax incentive, and there may also be another one depending on the state in which you live. All right, you guys are going to be blown away by this one. This is, remember I showed you the Mustang earlier? This is more my speed. This is a 1974 Ford Bronco, and I don't have a spec sheet on it because it's old. But I'm going to show you the exterior and the interior real quick, because when else are you going to see something like this? All right, quick walk around. Basically, I know nothing about this because I didn't do any research in advance and I don't have a cheat sheet on it, but who cares? We really just want to look at it. Look at that nameplate. So this is part of the Haggerty Drive Share program, where people that own classic cars can rent them out. So you see the sign right there, rent this car. The price varies, but it's usually a couple hundred a day, and they do make sure it has certain safety modifications, make sure it has seat belts and you know, steering that works. And I was trying to figure out some of the stuff on the outside here, and we got a nice little knob here. We think that this is for a flag, because of course, if you have a vehicle like this, you need a flag. What are these things? Do you know?
Well, they look like they would have been reflectors, right?
But I'm not sure why you would have them there. That's kind of weird.
That's a good question.
Yeah, so let's just take a quick look inside. This is kind of a walk down memory lane, because do you remember door handles like this? Or maybe you don't. You go inside, and look at it. It's bare bones in here, and there's something kind of cool, kind of nostalgic about it. And if you look, we're at 99,990. That's the speedometer right there, and there isn't a whole lot else. That's the back. That's the back. This is the original SUV, guys. And look at the seats, no headrests, of course. And when you get up in here, I want to show you the controls. Obviously, the Sony radio is not original. That's a modification, but this is your gear shifter here. And you have your lights, your windshield washers, and your climate control, and that's it. And this is, of course, the steering column. And look at this, the horn. Watch, I'm going to scare Amelia. Not even phased. Not even phased. I love it. Tell me if you guys love the Ford Bronco. Oh, and one more thing. You remember those vented windows? And the crank windows. Yep, that's the air conditioning system in this vehicle. It's so cool. I don't know if I would want to own one, but I love having the chance to drive it. Okay guys, coming down to the wire. So many vehicles, so little time, but I wanted to jump behind the wheel of this one. This is the 2019 Lexus UX. This is a small crossover and it's a hybrid. So it starts at $32,000 for the regular UX. It starts at $34,000 for the hybrid, but this one, if you look closely, you'll see that this has the F-Sport badge. That's the performance package for Lexus. I've driven quite a few of their F-Sports, and they're really, really awesome. For that package, it starts at about $36,000. This has a bunch of cool features, but more importantly, it's just really fun to drive. So I'm wrapping up the final few rides of Heels and Wheels, and I have time for about one more car. I haven't been able to drive everything. And there are two, what I consider sort of supercars here. I have the Corvette ZR1, and I have the Aston Martin, how do I say it, Superleggera? Something like that. So which would you choose? Which fast car would you want? I'm gonna show you which one I chose in just a second. Okay guys, are you ready for the reveal? This is my grand finale. This is the 2019 Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, which means super light in Italian. They actually replaced a lot of the exterior panels with carbon fiber to make it, you know, super light. It is a V12 twin turbo engine, 5.2 liter, 8-speed automatic, and I know you want to know the horsepower, 715, and the torque 663. And guess what? The fuel economy is 22.9 miles per gallon. And I say that because that's actually really good for a supercar. All right, here's the interior, and there is technically a back seat. I'm not sure if I would want to try and squish back there, but you could. I'm not going to be driving alone. I'm going to be driving with one of the reps from Aston Martin. Mainly because with a vehicle that's over $300,000, you know, they want to go along for the ride. That's right, guys. I am currently behind the wheel of the Aston Martin DBS Superleggera. Can you say that 3 times fast? It's got 715 horsepower and it goes for a cool $305,000. All right, we're gonna hit it. Here we go. Oh my God! It's so fast. It's scary fast. That was insane. I think I got whiplash. So, like I mentioned, guys, this is the grand finale, and you know you want to know more about this car, but instead of talking to me, I thought I'd let you talk to Valentine from Aston Martin. She shared some really fun facts about Aston Martin vehicles that you might not know, about how they're actually made. Tell us.
Yeah, so every Aston Martin is made by hand. So that's from the interior, which takes about 50 hours to stitch by hand, to the coats of paint applied, to even the engine. Everything is built by hand. And so to kind of make sense of what it means to have a car that takes like 200 or 300 hours to produce per car, in its entire lifetime, Aston Martin's 106 years old, and it's an entire lifetime they've produced as many cars as Toyota produces in a week.
Did you hear that? Toyota produces more cars in a week than Aston Martin has produced in over 100 years, right? So I'm not knocking Toyota, right? Because the price tag is a little bit different. But if you're wondering why a car like this is so crazy expensive, that's one of the reasons, and why it's really kind of a piece of art. And that's gonna wrap it up for me here from Santa Monica, California. The sun, the surf, the beach, and really awesome cars. I could not have asked for a better experience. I'm going to share the links below of a lot of my fellow women media members that write about automotive, that do video about automotive, because they're going to cover all these cars in a way that I haven't. I hope you've enjoyed looking at some of these. If there are some that you think you'd like to learn a little bit more about, let me know, because I'm always looking for cars to review and show you inside and out. And I actually have some of them at the event that I'm going to be spending some time with over the next few months. And so I'm super excited to share this with you. If you liked what you saw, you know what to do. Give me a like, leave me a comment, tell me which one was your favorite car. But more importantly, will you please hit the subscribe button so you can come back another day and we can have more car adventures together. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.